it's Dolly Girly and welcome to another video. I just wanted to start off by saying happy Pride Month if you're watching this in June. I should be getting to post this towards the end of the month. And if you're new to the channel and didn't know, I myself am part of the LGBT community. I am bi. But anyways, before Pride Month is over, I did want to unbox this doll that I got for myself in January of this year. Welcoming committee Frankie Stein from Monster High G3. When this doll was announced, I couldn't believe it. Like, an official Pride pack from Monster High is crazy considering the brand's history. So, little side note, in case you didn't know, the brand Monster High was founded by a gay man named Garrett Sander, and he originally wanted to have queer representation in Monster High, but Mattel didn't think it was a good time, apparently, to have that kind of representation, so Garrett was only able to make subtle hints in the character's diaries. Like, for example, the character Kieran Valentine hinted at liking a guy in his diary for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive doll. And by the way, if you are interested in the character of Valentine, I do have the new Pride 2-pack of Spelden and Valentine. So if you want to see a review for that, make sure to subscribe and I'll have the video up soon, hopefully by the end of this month. And I think even before Valentine, it was hinted in Kiyomi Haunterly's diary that she had been spying on Draculaura, and it is implied that she might have had a small crush on her. As far as I remember, I think those were the only two canon little hints of queer rep that we had gotten. And so fast forward to today, Mattel has been making progressive steps, and now we have a non-binary character in a Pride doll set. What? Like, honestly, that is so cool to me that G3 is filling that little gap that we had in representation that Monster High should have had from the beginning. So I really do admire G3 for taking those steps. So yeah, in case you are confused or just didn't know, Frankie Stein in Monster High Generation 3, G3, uses they/them pronouns and is non-binary, and it is canon that they have a crush on Cleo in this generation, as shown in the Nickelodeon series. Whereas in the first generation of Monster High, Frankie uses she/her pronouns and is straight for the most part, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I hope that explains the history behind this set and how it came to be. But anyways, I'm so excited I was able to get it. I remember when the leaks first came out, I couldn't believe it, and I knew I just had to have it. So when the set came out the beginning of this year, January, I purchased it on Amazon, and I actually got it on sale. I don't remember how much I paid at the time. I just remember that it was really good because it was originally $35 to $40, and then I got it on a sale from like $15 to $20-ish at the time, and now it is currently on sale for $28 if you wanted to purchase today. Okay, so I've been talking for a while just holding the box, and I'm sure you guys want to get a look at them, so let's go ahead and get a look at Frankie Stein in the box. Here is a close look at the front of the box where you can see Frankie displayed with all of their accessories through the big clear window, as well as a picture of Frankie in the bottom left corner, their name, and where it says welcoming committee in rainbow lettering. All four of the sides of the box are black with some Frankie inspired logos, and the top has the Monster High logo. And as you can see, the logos start off in a hot pink reddish color and go through all the colors of the rainbow as you go down, which I thought was a nice touch. Here is the back of the box. You can see the white backdrop is the school, and then the Frankie doll is shown there. Their name is in the top left corner, and it says welcoming committee in the rainbow letters again, and it also has a description of the doll which you can pause to read, and I think it's really cute and shows the Monster High message of inclusivity and acceptance. Here is the barcode on the bottom of the box, and for you inbox collectors, the box measures almost 13 inches tall, 9.5 inches wide, and 2.5 inches deep. Okay, I can't stand to look at them in the box any longer. Let's go ahead and get them out. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you know that this is the part where I would normally show you guys myself unboxing the doll in a time lapse, but I honestly don't feel like doing that anymore from this point forward since those videos take up a lot of storage. So from now on, I am just going to skip that part and just unbox off camera and then come back and show you guys my initial reaction and then, you know, continue on with the video from there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox them off camera, and and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I know I said that I was going to unbox them off camera, but I did want to show you guys what they look like in the packaging without the plastic. And I wanted to show you guys something cool. Okay, so when I took them out of the box, look what I saw. You get a free poster. I think I knew about this, but I guess I just forgot. And so when I took them out, I gasped. I said, oh my gosh, it was a nice surprise. But let me show you guys what the poster looks like. Here's what the poster looks like up close. It's designed to look like a flyer inviting you to the welcome committee meeting, which will be at 3. And it has the Monster High logo and slogan, be yourself, be unique, be a monster, and a picture of all the characters in G3. Okay, so that was definitely such a cute touch, but now I'm gonna go back to Frankie and unboxing them, and then I'll show you guys my initial reaction. Okay guys, so I'm back and they are out of the box, and I have to say I did get a little emotional when I first took them out and was holding them for the first time. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really was struggling to fight back tears, and honestly I still kind of am, because yes, I mean, I was holding the box that is clearly a Pride set this whole time, but it's different to actually hold the doll. I don't know. I guess it's because I was looking at them and I was like, whoa, like, this is a real doll that is non-binary. That is like everything to me. And then I was just looking and admiring at all the little details and all the ways that they showed inclusivity and diversity and love towards the community in the doll. And I don't know, I guess I got overwhelmed, and I was like, wow, like the kids today, it's a whole new world, and I'm so glad that this is available for them to see themselves represented in. And even though I myself am not non-binary, I can still recognize that representation is of course important, and this doll is just it's just a big milestone for dolls in general. And I'll say more on that at the end of the video when I give my closing thoughts on the doll, but for now, let's actually get a close look at all those details that I'm gushing over and have me so emotional. Here is Frankie, fresh out of the box, in the pose that they come in. Here is an up-close look at their face. You can see that they have heterochromia, with one eye being blue and the other green. They are wearing yellow, pink, and blue eyeshadow and have a piercing on their right eyebrow, a black scar there indicative of Frankenstein, and they have black lipstick on and a little bit of blush. Their hair has 3 colors. It is predominantly white and has black and blue streaks in it, and it is styled with a braid on the right side that goes towards the back. It has a light wave to it, and you can see that it reaches a little bit past their knees. And as far as I'm able to tell, it is saran. They have silver earrings with safety pins and lightning bolts, as well as spikes on them. And while G3 Frankie doesn't have Frankie Stein's signature neck bolts from G1, they do have black stitches around their neck that go all the way around. For their outfit, Frankie wears a white tank top that has a halter neckline and a white pleather collar, as well as a black pleather tie that is attached. And along the bottom of their top, you can see a blue and pink stripe that does go all the way around, that altogether form the colors of the trans flag. And then the top velcros in 2 places on the back. Frankie also wears some long arm warmers that are in black, white, yellow, and pink, and have some lightning bolt designs on them. Frankie completes their outfit with some black plaid PVC leather pants that are short on the right side to showcase their silver prosthetic leg, which has a lot of doodles in black, like lightning bolts, their skelet, some hearts, Frankie, and a lightning bolt. And the leg itself has a lot of sculpted details. It's really nice. The pants are high-waisted, and the blue, yellow, and pink stripes within the plaid have some lightning bolts on them that you could see throughout, and the pants velcro in the back. Frankie also accessorizes with some silver belts that look like 3 belts, but they're all molded together. They have studs molded on, some chains, and as well as a little lightning bolt charm, and the skelet is framed by black paint details, and the belts all close in the back in 2 places. And lastly, for their shoes, they wear some yellow, pink, and blue wedge ankle booties that have black painted on laces and says "Be Yourself" in black on the white part of the left shoe, and says "Be Unique" with a little skelet there in black on the white part of the right shoe. And then it has some molded on some bolts on both sides and lightning bolts, as well as some stitches molded on. And here is the back and the bottom of the shoes. You can see a molded on lightning bolt. Because of their boots, Frankie can be balanced to stand, and they stand at roughly 11.5 inches tall. And they have 12 points of articulation with rotation at the head, shoulder, elbow, wrist, chest, hip, and knee. As for extra accessories that they come with, they came with this lime green clipboard rubber banded onto their hand. Here is an up close look at it. You can see it has a thumb hold for the doll to hold, and here is the back. It has really nice molded details. And now for all the other accessories Frankie came with. I haven't taken it out of the plastic yet, but here is their extra jacket that they come with, and this is one of the things that made me almost cry when I saw the details on it. Firstly, it is in a silver chrome and white PVC leather material and has some black and white stitches on both of the arms. But then look here on the chest part, you can see some graphics that are meant to resemble pins, and this one is a Rainbow Pride heart sticker, which is so cute, a white skullette, a blue flag, and a purple banner that says all welcome in black letters. I think those are just so cute. And then on the other side, there's this black and silver ribbon that is meant to look like a zipper. And to make it easier to put the jacket on Frankie, you are able to remove their wrists. Of course, be very careful when you do that because you wouldn't want the wrist pegs to break, but here is what Frankie looks like wearing the jacket. It does fit on over the arm warmers. Also, as a part of their outfit, they come with this sparkly, transparent backpack that is in the shape of a lightning bolt and has a rainbow lightning bolt printed on the front, which is so cute, with some stitches and a skullette. And this extra piece here in silver is a little charm that has the light bulb, lightning bolt, and F for Frankie. And the bag does have a slit at the top, which you could put stuff in. Next, they come with some plastic hot pink, blue, and purple bags of snacks that have screen printed on details, and you can tell which character would most like the snacks. This one is themed after Draculaura, Frankie, and Claudine. Same goes for these silver soda drinks that are also themed after the characters of Frankie, Claudine, and Draculaura. Here's what they look like from the back. This included blue purse is kind of in the shape of a coffin and is a camera meant to look like a monster. The lens is the eye, and you can see some white painted on little teeth there at the bottom. And here is the back, and there's a slit at the top here so that you could put in this little Polaroid that has everyone's hands there in a circle and says Monster High there in black. And it has this little pen here, which I imagine Frankie used to write that there on the Polaroid. And here is the back. Frankie's pet Watson is also included. They have a black ear there, some blue hair, purple eyes, yellow around this eye, a little black painted nose, and they are sculpted to be sitting down. And they are wearing a fabric rainbow bandana that velcros in the back, which is so cute and also ties into the welcome committee theme. And lastly, for some paper items, you get this black sticker of the Monster High crest with a rainbow background included, and a doll-sized poster of the one that you got. I left it here in the packaging, but here it is out of it, and the back is just a plain white, but super cute. I thought I'd show the little Polaroid coming out of the camera bag. There it is. It's so cute. But yeah, here is Frankie with everything that they came with. They're holding the pen and the clipboard and also wearing the backpack. But yeah, the only other things that I would want to be included with this doll are a brush and a doll stand, which you can see they are missing. Besides that though, all the little extra included pieces are so cute. Okay, so I'm back and I have to say, wow, like what a great doll. I'm so glad that it exists and Frankie as a character exists, and I guess Monster High as a whole exists. Like, thank you so much to Garrett Sander for creating such a safe space for everyone to feel welcome and represented in. And even though Monster High wasn't always this open about the LGBTQIA+ representation, I'm so glad that it is now. Monster High with Mattel has definitely come a long way, but I will say there is a but. Yes, the representation is there, but there is a catch. this set was not made available to be sold in stores, physical stores, as in you can't just go into a Walmart or Target and see this on the shelf. The only way that you're able to get this is online through Amazon. I think just Amazon. I don't remember for sure if it's available in Walmart or Target. So that's the only way you can get it. And that's very limiting and honestly a cop-out move from Mattel to not make this so that anyone could just walk in the aisle and see this. Seems a little fishy. They're definitely not quite there yet, but I acknowledge the steps being made and I appreciate that this set was made at all. So I am very grateful for it, of course. But anyways, I also wanted to point out that to have Frankie as a character be the one to be non-binary is pretty cool. If you guys haven't already, you guys should check out my previous video where I review pre-production Frankie from Generation 1 of Monster High. And in that video, I do talk about how Frankie is such a great role model and they were always an activist and vocalizing and expressing their views and thoughts and, you know, passions. And that is a great role model to look up to. And so to have Frankie in the new generation be that and take it one step further and not only just have them be non-binary and, you know, have them have a crush on Cleo, but also be disabled with a prosthetic leg, like all of that representation wrapped into one character is really cool and very well done. Like, I remember when the Monster High live action movie first came out, people did critique it and, you know, were scrutinizing Frankie as a character for just being quote unquote so in your face about being non-binary. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's for children. And so I think that's a very nice, like, entry-level introduction to, you know, the queer community and being non-binary. And Frankie just lays it out very simple for kids to understand, which I can appreciate. And I love that they don't shy away from being themselves and they're very open and honest about who they are and express themselves like that. So I think that's really cool in general. And same goes for the Nickelodeon series. I personally haven't watched it, but I am aware of all the representation and how they very obviously show that Frankie does have a crush on Cleo. And I don't know if they're confirmed to date yet or just implied or, you know, it's leading up to them dating. I'm not sure because, like I said, I don't watch it, but I know that that representation is there and that's pretty cool. And, you know, say what you will about the plot of the live action movie, I myself personally did not really like it as much as G1, but the representation is amazing and cannot be denied, and I love that it's there, and it should have always been there. It wanted it to be there, but it wasn't, and, you know, I'm glad that it is there in the end. Because yes, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's just a doll and it's silly or whatever to be that excited about this or, you know, say it's a milestone, but it really is a milestone and it's so important and it's definitely a step in the right direction. And I hope more toy companies take a page out of that book and, you know, start pushing more representation and showcasing more diversity in their doll lines so that children and, you know, anyone really who collects dolls can see themselves represented in a character that they like, which will then hopefully encourage them to express themselves and be themselves and love themselves for who they are, just like the message of Monster High always intended to be. Be yourself, be unique, and be a monster. And besides all of that, the doll itself is designed pretty good. Like, as a doll, it's cohesive and style-wise and fashion-wise, it's a great design. Their hair is really good quality. The materials that they use in the fabrics are overall pretty good quality. I mean, the fabric tie, the PVC leather pants, the painted on details, all the little accessories that came with it so you could play out little scenes. And the storyline that they gave Frankie through this doll is so cool too. Like, they are the head of the welcoming committee of a club that they started to help monsters feel welcome and included when they first come to Monster High. Like, that is so cool. And imagine being a new student at Monster High and joining the club and Frankie being the first person that you see. Like, I would feel immediately safe and welcome and included, and Frankie's just such a good character for that. They are such a good person and a good role model. But anyways, it is a pretty good package overall and pretty worth it in my opinion. So there you have it. That is my review of Welcome Committee Frankie Stein. Let me know what you think about them in the comments down below. Are you happy with this amount of representation, or do you still want more? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post another video. Like I said, I do have other Pride themed dolls that I would like to review before the end of this month. So yeah, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Pride Month, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, dollies!